Alright, Mike with Trike with Mike, Texas. Recently I put up a video on upgrading my tie fly here to a tie fly X and what all it would entail. And some of y'all got me thinking, you know, do I need an X? No, I don't need an X. The only real reason for an X for me is the steering on the bottom. I've bent the bolt. I've got a replacement. I've yet to put it on. I'll probably do that this weekend. It's not causing a problem, but I've got the part. And it's just, other than that, you know, because the wheels are big enough that if I was to go off a curb slowly, accidentally, you land on the steering mechanism is what happens. And it bent my bolt. But I didn't know the bolt was bent until I took it apart for some other reasons. So it had been bent for quite a while. In fact, it's bent right now. My steering isn't affected. But you know it's bent when you go to take it off and it wobbles as you're unscrewing it. And that's how I know it's bent. And quite significantly. But I will replace the part and then I don't think I'll notice any difference, but I'll have the satisfaction in knowing it's fixed. But that right there is the only reason I would need an X. I mean, look where I'm riding. It's concrete trails. At the most I would ride is a gravel trail. I'll ride streets sometimes with the group. I used to mountain bike, but there's so few mountain bike trails that would be even wide enough for this. I know there's not any around here. They're all barely wide enough for a single track mountain bike, let alone something as wide as this. And even then, some of the tree gates are so narrow you almost couldn't get the mountain bike through. So that's really the only reason, other than I like the idea of the change out, you know, I'd like to show y'all what it takes to make it an X. More than any, that's probably more than most of it, right? So it's probably not going to happen, but I'm not going to say it won't happen. It's still a possibility. But do you go through the hassle of doing it on this trike and then having spare parts sitting around it, aren't doing anything? Or do you sell this to somebody that wants it and just get a different one? But then you lose the ability to go back if you wanted to. I guess you don't. I guess that way is easier to go back. It's easier to go back because at that point, all you got to do is swap out the wheels as long as you got the disc brakes. If you got the drum brakes, then you got more. Well, you wouldn't have drums on the X unless you just ordered it that way, and they agreed to do it. Look at this guy sitting up on top of the roof waiting for somebody to throw him a joist. Wow. Not for me. You know, there's no real need other than to be cool. I definitely want to check out the roll-off in the Bosch system more. Thanks for watching. Oh, this is Mike with Trike, Texas. If you liked the video you just saw, consider liking and subscribing to my channel. It means a lot to me. So, you know, and it helps me bring you more stuff that you may want to see. Thanks for watching.